from our left to right, and they're all white uniforms. Here's the kick. Kicks it about the middle of the field. Looks like 19, that's Cody Ferrante. He's going to run up the middle. He's got some room. He's got a couple of blockers, cuts to his left, breaks a couple of tackles, uses his speed. There he goes! Touchdown, Calaveras!
What a great way to start the homecoming game, to get the crowd into it immediately.
What a play. The first time he touches the ball, he takes it to the house for 6 points. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to Let's Talk Football with Coach Val. I'm your host, Gil Valtierra, the voice of Calaveras football. Got another recap episode for you all. Unfortunately, this past Friday, Millennium High School called in the day before the game and forfeited the football game, so there was no game this past Friday at Frank Meyer Field as scheduled. But I do have the recap episode from last week, when Calaveras was on the road and headed up to Tuolumne to take on the Summerville Bears in what was the biggest Motherlode League game thus far this season. Both teams 2-0 and undefeated in the Motherlode League. The Summerville Bears ranked number 1 in Division 7. I believe at that time Calaveras was ranked 5th or 6th in Division 7. So it was a big, huge Motherlode League matchup. Calaveras went there and unfortunately was without their starting quarterback, number 6, Cohen Curran. So they went into the game with a different game plan here. They went in and came out in the opening drive. Summerville had won the toss, deferred. Calaveras started the ball offensively, and with the combination of the Wildcat formation where they would direct snap to number 7, Enrique Hernandez, who was lined up at quarterback. They would direct snap to him. He'd run the football. And then with their Peyton Long, number 11, their backup quarterback, under center, running the traditional fly type offense, they depended heavily on strong power running by number 22, Ryan Clifton, number 7, Enrique Hernandez, and number 33, Cody Paulson. And of course, none of that is going to happen unless those guys up front take care of business. Number 44, Landon Patrick. Number 76, Ike Chance. Number 52, Michael Crandall. Number 55, Buddy Kavanaugh. Number 50, Jordan Lyles. Number 53, Red Brock. And number 20, Corey Castle. So Summerville defers. Calaveras gets the ball. Their kicker is a fantastic kicker, puts one into the end zone, and now Calaveras has got to go 80 yards if they want to score on their opening drive, and that's exactly what they did. Number 33, Cody Paulson, got the scoring started. Let's listen in. Goal from the Summerville 1-yard line. 5:41 in the opening quarter. Peyton Long, the quarterback, under center. Paulson behind him. Takes the snap, hands to Paulson up the middle. Touchdown, Calaveras. Number 33, Cody Paulson on the 1-yard dive right up the middle.
Yeah, not surprising that, right up the gut with one of your pounding running backs for when you're that close. The Bears did a good job. Their front line tried to make a stop at the, not knowing the snap count, and Calaveras just got a good push. Not only did they engage, but they got a really good push.
Number 1, Caden Gray, the kicker, looking for the point after. Kick is up, and kick is good. So with 5:32 left here in the first quarter, Calaveras takes the opening drive for a touchdown. We'll be right back after this. So with a 7-0 lead with 5:32 in the first quarter, the Calaveras defense was going to have to concentrate on stopping number 3 from Summerville, Bryce Leverus, their quarterback, who has shown that he can hurt you with his arm and his legs. And on this next play is a perfect example of that Calaveras defense stepping up to play. All the way back to the Calaveras 46-yard line.
Bears certainly having their own troubles with the penalties so far.
So 3rd and 17 from the Calaveras 46-yard line. And Leverus has got two receivers to his left, two receivers to his right, so he's in shotgun with double slot. Ace back to his left and puts him in motion, looking to throw. He's got some pressure. That's Wyatt Arias who hits him right as he throws. And I believe they're going to call this incomplete.
Yeah, that was. And again, Wyatt Arias getting in there and making this, disrupting the play.
The speed of number 60, Wyatt Arias, putting the pressure on Leverus, forced Leverus to throw that ball sooner than he wanted to, and it falls incomplete. And now we're looking at 4th and 17 from the Calaveras 46-yard line.
Yeah.
So the first quarter ended with Calaveras having the lead 7-0 over Summerville, and defensive coordinator Coach Doug Clark made sure that his defense was ready, and they played like they were ready. Because on the second quarter, when that quarter got started with 9:11 remaining on the second quarter, a big 4th down play, 4th and 1 for Summerville. And once again, another big, huge Calaveras defensive play. Let's listen in. Welcome back, everybody. Gil Valtierra and Greg Stark coming to you live from Summerville High School as Calaveras has the lead 7-0 with 9:11 left here in the second quarter. But the home team, Summerville Bears, have the ball at the Calaveras 41-yard line, and it's 4th and 1. And Summerville has their offense on the field, Leverus in shotgun. He's got some extra receivers and tight ends who look like a power right side, takes a snap, runs off to his left, gets tackled right away. I believe that was Paulson, and it's going to be very close. Let's see where they spot it.
That was a great play. Well, they're looking at it. You know, just heard the Summerville band. I'm not sure if they had to wait for their permit to kick in, but at 7:30 they were doing some pretty good music while we were at break.
And the white hat is stopping the clock, and it's an official timeout.
Looks like they're going to
And then they may want to measure this. And
just looking at it.
When it happened live, it looked like he did not make the line of game.
No, that was an immediate hit. I want to say it was 56, but I could be wrong for Calaveras. Or 55 came across and hit him immediately right after Polson, or excuse me, right before Polson.
Number 3, Levers, was in shotgun, and he had a jumbo look to his right side with an extra receiver and tight end, and then took the snap and ran to the weak side away from the jumbo, hoping to fool Calaveras. But he got tackled immediately when he got to the line of scrimmage.
Definitely immediate penetration.
Here comes the measurement.
Short.
And it's going to be a short. And so that's going to be a turnover on downs. 1st and 10. Calaveras going the other way as the big stop on 4th and 1. What a defensive play.
Wow. Run to jumbo side.
Yeah.
That's why they call jumbo.
Big defensive play by that Calaveras defense to come up with that stop. They'll have the ball on their own 39-yard. So the strong defensive play by Calaveras continued into the second quarter. Let's listen in on this next play. Summerville 35-yard line, 2nd and 9. Leverus gets his offense to the line of scrimmage. One receiver to each side. He's in shotgun with a pistol back behind him. Takes a snap. He's going to fake the handoff. He's going to look to throw. Throws, and it's going to be not enough. Incomplete. He was rolling out to his right and hit by number 7, Enrique Hernandez, right as he threw the football. And that's going to be, even if he would have caught that, he would have been out of bounds. Incomplete. 3rd and 9 coming up.
Enrique Hernandez, the man-child, put a lick on him right as he let go of the ball. Number 3 took it well. Looks like he a little slow to get up. Probably still getting the wind back into his lungs right now, but that was a really good hit. And he's probably going to be thinking about that next time there's pressure.
So Calaveras, playing very strong defense, gets the ball back. And with time running out in the second quarter, the offense is trying to get the ball in and get another score before the half. And they had this nice next run by number 22, Ryan Clifton. Let's listen in on this play. Calaveras, they're moving from our right to left. The ball's on their own 42-yard line. Decent field position with 5:23 remaining in the half.
Best starting field position of the night so far.
Peyton Long, the quarterback, he's under center with Paulson, the single back behind him. Puts a man in motion, that's Clifton. He's going to hand off to Clifton, who's going to follow Paulson, cut back in the middle, makes a man miss. The 40, the 35. First down, Calaveras, number 22, Ryan Clifton on the big run.
That is that patience and vision we were talking about at the beginning of the game, is letting your blocks develop. You know, it can be hard to teach running backs. When you're going to do that sweep, let everybody get there. Let everybody get engaged. And then once they hit, run run off their backsides.
1st and 10, Calaveras at the Summerville. So the nice sweep by number 22, Ryan Clifton, actually set up a play with time running out in the second quarter. It was 4th down, and Calaveras went for it. Let's listen in. All right, welcome back, everyone. Gil Valtierra and Greg Stark. We're coming to you live from Thorstedt Field at Summerville High School in the city of Tuolumne, where the Calaveras Redhawks have the lead 7-0 with 2:51 remaining in the second quarter. Calaveras has the football at the Summerville 33-yard line. Looks like about 3rd and 8. And Coach Mosa decided to call his second timeout. I believe he thinks this is a pretty important drive here right before the first half ends, Greg.
It absolutely is, because Summerville gets the ball back, and you certainly want to try to get some points. And, you can't take them with the next quarter or to the next half.
So here comes Peyton Long, the quarterback, under center, single back Paulson behind him. Puts Enrique in motion, takes a snap, he hands off to Enrique, who's going to get stopped in the backfield. It's going to be about a loss of a yard. 4th and 9 from the Summerville 34-yard line. Good defensive play by the Summerville defense there.
Yeah, Owen Herrera just knifed right in there and got a hold of his leg and didn't let go, and Hernandez could not break out of that. It was a great stop by the Bears on that.
So 4th and 9 from the Summerville 34-yard line. Calaveras keeps their offense on the field. Peyton Long under center. Paulson, the single back behind him. Puts a man in motion. That's Ryan Clifton. He hands off to Ryan Clifton, who's going to stop and throw it himself. He's got a man.
Oh.
Incomplete, number 44, Landon Patrick. He was wide open on the sweep pass. They handed it off to Ryan Clifton. It looked like sweep. The defense was flying to stop him, and then he stopped through the ball, and it fell incomplete.
A little bit underthrown, but still, what a great play. And, who's got the trickery now? But that was a really good. Now what do we have to? Now we have to think about this.
Nice play call, just didn't get it executed. He was wide open.
Absolutely.
So the nice play call right before the end of the first half comes up just short. But the Calaveras defense continues to show their dominance right before the half by another strong play by number 60, Wyatt Arias. Let's listen in. Summerville going back the other way with 2:10 remaining. Leverus, the quarterback, in shotgun, takes a snap. He's going to hand it off to Wayne in motion. And Leverus just took a shot by Wyatt Arias, number 60.
Personal foul on the Bears about 3 seconds after the whistle. One of the Calaveras guys got windmilled back to the ground by one of the sodbusters on the Bears. But again, on that play, Wyatt Arias almost got that handoff.
Yeah, he was in the backfield, and Leverus, he doesn't really just pitch the ball like a normal traditional pitch. He keeps it like he's going to run with it and then kind of pitches it at the last second.
Dead ball, personal foul.
So a personal foul in Summerville, 15 yards, that's going to move them back. And I think that might be an example, Greg, of, Coach Moose and I talked about the second guy gets caught, because Wyatt Arias was the first guy on that play.
Well, the first guy, but that was well down the field. Again, right in front of the refs. Just windmilled the Calaveras guy down way after the whistle. Something you just can't do.
So 1:55 in the. So the second quarter came and went, and at halftime the score was Calaveras 7, Summerville 0. And to start the second half, Summerville had won the toss deferred, so they were going to get the ball back first. So it was going to be on the defense once again to do their job. And number 60, Wyatt Arias, picked up right where he left off to end the first half. in the second half. Let's listen in on this play. Leverus again in shotgun, pistol back behind him. Slot receivers to his right. Takes the snap, hands off to that pistol back, and he's stopped in the backfield.
Arias.
Wyatt Arias once again.
Arias of war getting in there.
Absolutely just living in the Summerville backfield so far tonight. It's going to be a loss of about 2 yards, 3 yards, 2nd and 13.
Looks like number 11 for the Bears just got hit immediately as he had received the handoff.
So Calaveras got the ball back with strong defensive play, but with a couple of penalties and good Summerville defense, Calaveras was pinned back deep into their own end zone and had to punt the football from their own end zone. And number 2, Orlando Lopez from the Summerville Bears took advantage of this situation. And let's listen in on this next play. Out to the right, bounces about the 35-yard line, gets to the 40 where it's picked up by a Summerville player. He's going to take off to his right side, get to the 35. That's number 2, Lopez. Got room around the left side. He's finally going to get pushed out of bounds. Let's see where they spot it, but Summerville is going to be in business here. Looks like about the 10-yard line.
Yeah, again, special teams tested. Not the smartest move to pick that up, and it certainly worked out well for the Bears. And, Calaveras kind of broke down a little bit of containment on that, and number 2, Lopez, made him pay.
He picked it up at the Calaveras 40-yard line, started to run to his right, and then cut back to the left, went all the way to the sideline, and got to the Calaveras 10-yard line, where it's going to be 1st and goal Summerville at the Calaveras 10-yard line with 5:20 remaining here in the third quarter. So after the nice Orlando Lopez run back to the Calaveras 10-yard line, number 3, the quarterback, Bryce Leverus, calls his own number. And let's listen in on this play. Takes a snap. He's going to keep it himself around the left tackle. Breaks a tackle, still on his feet, and he's going to get to the end zone for a Summerville touchdown.
Yeah, 2 missed tackles on a great quarterback, a great runner, great athlete is not going to get it done. That was really bad for Calaveras to let him in like that. And it looks like there's a Bears player that's hurt, face down in the supine position, and the coaches are going out to take a look at him.
So number 3, Bryce Leverus, the Summerville quarterback, takes it in from 10 yards out, and the extra point is good. And Summerville has tied the game 7-7. That was the score at the end of the third quarter. Calaveras gets the ball in the fourth quarter, and like they did most of this football game, leaned heavily on their power running football game. And with only 7:34 remaining in the fourth quarter in a 7-7 ball game, Calaveras calls on number 33, Cody Paulson, on a 4th down play. Let's listen in. In 2, from the 11-yard line, coming down on 8 minutes remaining in the ball game. Huge 4th down play coming up.
Yeah, this can do 2 things. You can get a first down and you're in business, or you can let them stop you and not let you. They can stop you on 4th down and get a huge momentum, tied up 7-7.
Long under center. Paulson, the single back behind him. Puts Colton Ray in motion. There's the snap. Hands off to Paulson, off left tackle. He makes a man miss. He's towards the end zone.
Got it.
Touchdown, Calaveras.
Not just a pretty face going up the middle. He can stiff arm and run the outside. Good job pounding Paulson.
Number 33, Cody Paulson, off the left tackle, and his stiff arm and ran to the end zone on a 4th and 3 with 7:34 remaining in the ball game to give Calaveras the lead. So number 33, Cody Paulson, takes it in from 10 yards out. The extra point, unfortunately, was no good. So Calaveras has the lead 13-7 with 7:34 remaining in the football game. And they were going to need to depend heavily on that stout defense to continue playing tough. And they did. On the very first play of offense after Summerville got the ball back, they turned the ball over. Calaveras recovers. And that's when Summerville absolutely began to unravel. Let's listen in. To just spot the ball at the 35-yard line. They're moving from our right to left with 7:34 remaining in the ball game. Number 3, Leverus has slot receivers to his right, pistol back to right behind him. He's going to take the snap. He's going to hand off to that pistol back. Who's going to get?
Oh,
There's
fumble.
a fumble on the field.
57 recovered, looks like, for Summerville, but holy.
And Calaveras has
they
it.
did.
Number 7, Enrique Hernandez, when the ball was bouncing, hit one of the Summerville guys to make sure he didn't get it. And when the scrum was finally pulled out, Calaveras has the football.
Lots of stuff happens underneath the scrum, and looks like it was a fortunate turn for Calaveras. It wasn't a massive hit that popped that out. Looks like somebody was ripping at the ball from my vantage point. I've been really horrible on making assumption calls on that tonight.
What a change of events. You have up by 6. Summerville looking to try to, go down the field with not much time on the clock, 7:23 remaining, and instead there's a turnover, and now it's 1st and 10, Calaveras at the Summerville 24-yard line, back in business, and here comes Peyton Long, the quarterback under center with the single back Paulson behind him. Puts Clifton in. So after the turnover, Calaveras has the ball, they have the lead, and time is running out in the fourth quarter. And the penalties started to fly. Penalty flags everywhere. Summerville actually had 95 penalty yards in the first half. In the second half, they outdid themselves in the first half. They finished with 210 yards of penalties. A lot of that coming late into the fourth quarter once they turned that ball over. To put that in perspective, they only had 200 yards of offense, but 210 yards in penalties. It got bad, folks.
Late, way late on the Bears side. Looks like it's hard to see what it is.
Let's see the official call here from the white hat.
Red ball. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Defense, number 13.
Number 13 on the defense, well after the play, and unsportsmanlike conduct. That's going to move the ball 15 yards up and really help Calaveras out here.
Yeah, both teams were essentially in their huddles, and number 13, who's been out of the game for quite a long time with he's got a little hitch in his get along. He's been doing wind sprints on the sideline, and this is really the first time he's been in the whole game since about the second, halfway through the second quarter. And he comes in and makes an unfortunate error.
So with the help of plenty of penalties on Summerville's side and more power running on the Calaveras side, with 6:11 remaining in the football game, number 33, Cody Paulson, decides that his third touchdown would put the nail in the coffin of this football game. Let's listen in on this next play. It's moving. Calaveras has the lead 13-7. They have the ball, and it's second down. The referees want to have a discussion here. Another stoppage of play. And I believe it should still be first down, and I think maybe that's the discussion.
Yeah, it's showing second.
Oh, no, it's second down. Okay. So second down, Peyton Long, the quarterback, split backs behind him. He's going to take the snap, hand off to Paulson, off left tackle. Touchdown, Calaveras.
Calaveras front line got a good push. I think all the linemen were across the end zone. Great push from the line on that.
Number 33, Cody Paulson, once again.
So do you go for two? Sorry about that.
I would say yes. But let's see what Coach Mosa decides to do.
Yeah, they're going. It looks like they're going for two. Try to get that extra point back.
So Long under center for the 2-point conversion try. Split backs behind him. Takes a snap, hands off to Paulson again. Same play, it bounces to the outside, and he's in the end zone. The 2-point conversion is good. And so the score is going to be with 6:11 remaining in the ball game. Calaveras 21, Summerville 7. We'll be right back. So now Calaveras is in control, 21-7, late in the fourth quarter. Summerville gets the ball back. In this game, if you were there, you'll see and you'll know that it was a very physical football game. Both teams were hitting very hard. The main difference was Calaveras was physical between the whistles, and Summerville was physical well after the whistle, which was indicative of their 210 yards and penalties. Here's another example.
Double slot to each side. Ace back to his right, takes a snap. He's looking to throw. Cuts back up and decides to keep it himself, runs to his left, and is going to, wow. Number 3, Leverus, the quarterback, grabbed the would-be tackler from Calaveras and threw him out of bounds.
Another flag, so we have a original flag for number 3. It looks like like what you said, and it looks like a sideline violation on Summerville.
Things are starting to get nasty out there, Greg.
Nasty and unnecessary, you know what I mean? And I would imagine at some point somebody's going to get kicked out.
Number 3, Leverus, who's just pushed out of bounds. There was no need for it.
Offense, 15 yards.
Third
Good
off.
ball. Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Summerville bench. 15
So
yards.
both penalties
30
against
yards.
Summerville.
Bye-bye long pass.
Summerville just absolutely unraveling here with their penalties. They may have more penalty yards than they have offensive yards by now.
It's really unfortunate because that beautiful.
So the Calaveras defense once again gets a stop. Calaveras' offense takes over, gets the football, proceeds to move the football down the field. In fact, they get it all the way down to the Summerville 4-yard line with time running out in the football game. In a very classy, sportsman-like move, Coach Mosa decides, rather than running up the score and punching one in at the end, he takes a knee and gets out of Tuolumne with the victory, 21-7 over Summerville, which put Calaveras on top of the Motherlode League standings along with Linden. And then after this past week's forfeit by Millennium, that puts Calaveras at 5-2 overall, 4-0 in league. This Friday, the 17th, they'll be at Big Valley Christian in Modesto to try to continue that winning way. Be sure to tune in to KVGC Radio, download that app, hit that oldies button to tune in to all the live play-by-play action. Yours truly, Gil Valtierra and Greg Stark, will bring you all the live action as Calaveras will be at Big Valley Christian this Friday for a 7 p.m. kickoff. I appreciate you tuning in to this recap episode. Until next time, we are out.
From our left to right, and they're all white uniforms. Here's the kick. Kicks it about the middle of the field. Looks like 19, that's Cody Ferrante. He's going to run up the middle. He's got some room. He's got a couple of blockers, cuts to his left. Breaks a couple of tackles, uses his speed. There he goes! Touchdown, Calaveras!
What a great way to start the homecoming game to get the crowd into it immediately.
What a play. The first time he touches the ball, he takes it to the house for 6 points.